Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur, and you are tuned in to, yes, IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so happy that you popped in tonight. It is another great evening, and this is Tuesday, June 27, 2023. And just want to tell you some great stuff tonight. But before we do that, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in, for being with me all the time, for supporting me. And also, whether you watch us at 12 noon, 12 midnight, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 a.m., 4 p.m., 2:30 a.m., 2:30 p.m., whatever time it is, thank you so much for making Inspirations for Your Life a daily part of your motivation. All right, let's get right in the master topic. You know how this rolls. We start a Saturday, we roll all the way through the week, and we finish up on a Friday. Here's our master topic. Become positive and change your life. Series 2, which means we're in our second year, show 26 and episode number 4. Of course, because we are on, yes, Tuesday. Tomorrow will be 5, then 6 on Thursday and 7. And then Saturday starts a brand new master topic. So what I want to talk about tonight is pretty interesting. And that is positivity. So positivity is our view. It's a filter. If you ever wore a pair of sunglasses before, whether they are the kind that have polarization so you can see clear and it gets rid of the light, so like UV rays, but polarized makes it clear, right? So whatever you wear, you notice when you put those glasses on, and I wear sunglasses all the time, they protect your eyes. They also keep your eyes from getting tired and things like that. But positivity is a filter, is the way we see the world. 2 or 3 people might see the world totally different ways. But when you see it positively, it's like you can figure out where the pieces go. You can understand your next step, right? If you've ever danced before and you're on the dance floor and you know the beat, even if you don't know how to dance, you can kind of figure out where to go next or, get in with it, right? So positivity is the same way. When you have a perception and you look at something from a certain way, then you're able to keep moving down that direction and being positive. So it's not something, ladies and gentlemen, that you do once. I want to be very clear about this. You don't just do this one time and then say, okay, we're done. Just like, if you were trying to lose weight and you do it once and then, you do that. So thanks so much, Daniel, for the like. Really appreciate that. So if you do it one time, right, then it's not going to work for you because being positive is a lifestyle change. That's right. It's a lifestyle change. And so a lifestyle change is just that. You get into a good habit of doing the same thing every day. Now, when we think about positivity and we think about the fact that you're not going to just do it once. Like if you were going to try to lose weight, and you said, oh, gee, I'm just going to skip eating lots of food just one night. Well, that's not going to last very long, right? Because you're going to put the weight right back on. But if you do understand using things like breath analyzer to maybe track your O2 like I do, the carbon dioxide coming out, using an app like MyFitnessPal, right? So when we make it a habit, it's like we have to do it. If we don't do it, it's like, oh my gosh, like, like how could I do this? So the last one I want to talk about is really important, and that is the fact that anyone can be positive. Okay. And so I want to talk about positivity in a very interesting way. Para athletes with no legs overcome disability to play basketball. Josiah Johnson is one of the students at Moore Middle School in Louisville, Kentucky. And Johnson was born without legs, but that doesn't let him be stopped from playing basketball on the court or even making his middle school team. Now, you might be saying, John, how is that even possible? And it comes down to your will, to your belief. Okay. And so you might say, John, that's just like there's just no way to do that. And yeah, it sounds hard, but the thing is this: when you have that willpower, it really works. So for Josiah, basketball is something, and I quote, something I had to do. And as I also quote, he said, I don't want you doubting me because I don't have legs. I want to show you that I'm just as human as you and just as good as you are, if not better. Close quote. Since he was in kindergarten, Josiah has always loved playing basketball. He tried out for a more middle school basketball team and the first year on a team. He really enjoyed it. And he said, I quote, I acted like I wasn't excited in front of coach. Jose also said, when I went in the gym, I was excited. Since then, he has been proving himself worthy of the spot he earned in the team. He shows up every day and, quote, if we have to do sprints or something like that, he runs them too. That's very exciting to see him go out there and do what everyone else is doing so well. And the funny thing is, he's actually doing things, I'm going to say, better than the other students, not because he is better, but because he has that perception, that gumption that he can do it, like the little engine that could, we've talked about that before. And so there have been other people that have been born without legs, but I think it's the fact that they don't let that setback get in their way. I'll say, ladies and gentlemen, that it's something that you have to understand and appreciate. Okay. If you can appreciate it, I mean, what these people have gone through, right? I think it really comes down to how you believe your life is. And so this is a card that, he was dealt. He didn't complain about this card. I think sometimes, and even though we're not a religious show, but you guys know I am religious, Roman Catholic, by the way, we get given crosses in life to bear. You're probably saying, John, what am I talking about? So crosses are our way of being tested. The Heavenly Father had tested the Lord by having him carry his cross and then raised him up. So if you carry your cross well and you try to be as positive as you can, you're going to overcome that obstacle. And Josiah was no different. He overcame the obstacle to play basketball. I mean, that's just something that you can't believe. And so the fact that he can do this, the fact that he can, move around with his limbs and he's able to use his hands. I mean, he plays basketball. And so this is just, when I say incredible news, this is incredible because I think this should empower other people that maybe think they can't do something. He's a 13-year-old boy that has a disability. And that's, when the article was originally written, that was in 2023, which is not too long ago, actually January 20th. And so although he was born without legs, he has yet to find his, and they quote unquote say, kryptonite. He does everything the other kids do. But the challenge is he puts everything to the test and he never gives up. At the point you may be wondering, why doesn't he just join a wheelchair basketball team? It'd be so much easier for him to do that like other people do. And Johnson said, and I quote, it was easy, he said. It was too easy. He wanted more of a challenge and said he has the confidence to go out and achieve it. His mom, Whitney, said it's not just confidence, but it's also stubbornness. So I think stubbornness can be a benefit when it helps us to achieve our goals. Quote unquote, Josiah is very competitive, and if he feels like something is too easy, he's not going to do it, according to his mom, quote unquote. So Johnson knew making the team was a long shot. Fortunately, though, he turned out to be pretty good at long shots. He made the team on his merits. And, quote, he started taking the ball from people, quote. A teammate said, quote, he took the ball from me. I was mad. You would have thought Steve Curry was in the gym, quote. But his teammate said his best play came just a couple of weeks ago. It was about the end of the game with seconds remaining, and Johnson got the ball from outside the three-point line. And again, his disability disappeared, and he made the shot. What does Johnson want others to take away from this? I think it's the fact to do something that they thought they couldn't do, he said, quote. Johnson is inspirational, and he's proof that all you need to do is stand above and be confident, and you can do anything. I have to tell you, this story is emotional. And if we know that these things are possible, then why don't we do them? No, I don't know Vincent a Nugget, to be honest with you, any of his words on his retirement. But if you want to share them with me, that'd be great. So, I inspire people. And a lot of times people say to me, hey, John, how do you do this? And until people get to know me and they see that, I'm just like everybody else, it's just I keep pushing and I keep educating myself. And so when people tell me that I can't, or somebody says to me, you're not good at this, I always respect them and say, you know what? You are entitled to your opinion. And many other clients believe differently, and so do I. Or I know I can do it. I've done it before and I'll do it again. So I think the big challenge is we don't think we can. Okay. And that's a problem. Okay. That's a problem. And so if the thought is in our head and we know the thought comes from our mind, it was something very wise that was said a long time ago by Henry Ford. If you believe you can't, you're right. And if you believe you can, you're right. So that means that words actually propel us. Now, I'm going to share something else with you tonight. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to share this tonight. I have a crystal in my pocket. Now, it's not voodoo. It's not magic. So crystals resonate because they have frequencies in them. And so what I want to tell you is that, and we'll do another video on this sometime, but when I take this crystal, okay, and I put it in my pocket, okay, or I sleep next to it near my heart, it's usually where I put it, in my pajamas at night, I have some amazing dreams. And if you could just muster the courage, okay, to be confident for just a little bit of time, you're going to see that you will get accolades. Now, it's not going to happen right away, but just start putting in that effort. Keep doing a little bit, but keep doing it. Keep showing up. Another person said to me, John, life is about 95% showing up and 5% about the strategy. So belief is very important. And when, this basketball player went to the ends of the earth, okay, to be able to do this, I think this is just absolutely amazing. And so the fact that he did all this on his own merit, and this is pretty amazing. And this was a story that was actually done not too long ago on January 20, 2023. by the CBS Evening News, CBS Evening News. And so I think a lot of times I like to find stories in the world. I like to show you that other people have used some of the sauce that I've used, because just believing can make it so. Just believing. Tomorrow we have another great show coming up, but we have a guest. And I know that you're definitely going to like my guest tomorrow night, Dr. Leica. And he has a very amazing story that we're going to learn about. And we're going to talk more about difficulties, but I don't want to talk about difficulties to a point that says, oh my gosh, they're having a difficulty. I want to talk about difficulties in a very interesting way. I want to talk about it by saying that turn your weaknesses, ladies and gentlemen, into strengths. All right. How do you do that? Well, let's take what Josiah did. He couldn't walk with legs, but he just mustered enough to put the courage through to use his limbs, and he made a difference. You see, people that have legs, or people that have the ability to be athletic, that you would see even more than he would be, don't really carry themselves all the time. And when somebody is able to pass them up, or someone's able to do just as well as them, that means these other players aren't really putting their effort in all the time. So my message to you tonight is, if this boy like Josiah could do it and he had no legs, what is it you want to achieve right now? And another wise person said to me, John, the minute you start to make excuses, the minute you start to say, oh, I can't, I don't know how, you tell the universe, I don't want it, and you push it away. So become confident, believe you can do it, see yourself doing it, okay? And you're saying, well, gee, I don't know if I could do this for all this time. Just get consistent every day. If you can be confident for just 30 minutes a day or 60 minutes a day, the next time try a little more. What you're going to find is the more you can be confident, the more something is going to align in your favor that will bring you accolades. But when we can become a better version of ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, that is so priceless. So priceless. I mean, did you ever believe that something like that could happen? No, right? But it's possible. So what seems impossible to some is not to you when you just start to believe it. Definitely tune in tomorrow night. We'll be broadcasting tomorrow at just about 7 p.m. Like I said, I do have my guest, Dr. Leica, and we're going to have another great show. We're going to talk more about becoming positive and changing your life, and we're going to talk a little about his adversity and how he's actually been able to turn his life around, which I think is quite amazing. So we'll learn more about that story tomorrow. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with you this fantastic evening. I hope that you will like, love, and support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Then go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MORLEY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase to help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a delicious dessert plate. Either way, we're going to be grateful for those pennies and dollars. We'll invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to get you to become positive and the tools to improve and change your life for the better. Have yourself a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when I open up and then I introduce my great guest, Dr. Leica. We'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.